So I spent a lot of time thinking about how to make a campaign video for Complete Isolation, which is a 2D survival horror PC game made with RPG Maker, which wants to break the conventions of regular survival horror games and RPG Maker games alike. However, the more time I spent on it and the more time I spent thinking about it, I was wondering how I was going to do this, and nothing I was doing sounded right. Either sounded so unnatural, or didn't really feel like it had any real merit to it. And part of this is because this game has just recently started development, and the whole process is I've decided that to make the game, I'm going to take money out of my own pocket, but that can only make unlimited game because we need art and music assets. I'm not an artist, I'm not a musician, I'm a programmer. And I'm a person who knows and is pretty familiar with both RPG Maker as well as Ruby scripting. Now, to be able to make the game, I of course need art and I need music. There are freeware sources out there, but we want to make something which completes an original vision. Make something that is like something no one else has seen before. A lot of RPG Maker games uses things from the RTP or uses things that are available elsewhere, but what I wanted to do is work with a live stream community, broadcast all the development off to you guys, and make a game that anyone can download absolutely for free. But unfortunately, to make that free game, and to make it the way which I was hoping to make it along with other people, is not a free process, which is why this campaign has come to existence. And that existence exists simply because we need help funding assets, art, music. Those are the two things that are in our way, and it's dependent on what we get for those art and assets of how big the scope of this campaign will be. Now, scope and size are very important to a project, especially since this is our first project leaping into public display. For me personally, I've been working on games since I was 10 years old. But the thing is, I always did them as pet projects. They were just things for me to do in my spare time, when I wasn't doing school or working or something else, playing games even. And as such, it's been more of a pet project which I now want to bring out to the official world with this game. But because of that, and because we're just starting out, I have nothing really to show outside of some great fan contributions that you can see on the campaign page. And so, I will be honest with you, I am dedicated, completely, fully, 100% into this project, and I want to do the best to bring a fantastic survival horror experience out in this medium. I think that indie survival horror games right now, I won't even call them survival horror because horror and survival horror have like different themes and thoughts about them. I think that a lot of them are missing substance. I've played so many games. I'm a horror enthusiast. I fucking eat horror games for breakfast if I could. And I just want to say a lot of them recently have missed a substance. So many of them are what I like to call first-person exploration scare simulators. And so many are lacking originality or original art assets, or they're a one-trick pony that just do the same thing. And I feel like there needs to be more substance. I feel like something that horror has missed severely ever since the change to action and now back to first-person exploration scare simulators is a substance, a sort of quality to them that made me really enjoy lots of the horror games of yesteryear. Sort of an abstract, almost fantasy-like appeal to them, where the gameplay has multiple layers, and not just one-trick ponies. Oftentimes, there's several layers to the story, several layers to the gameplay, and you don't just feel like there's just one thing you can do in that game. It's a game which can outstretch and make yourself a world that you can fully explore and get yourself into immersed, atmospheric. It scares the shit out of you, but you fucking love it. And it's that sort of game which I wanted to make, as well as break the trend of what people expect out of a 2D horror game and an RPG Maker game. Because both of those have stigmas around them that I want to help break, especially in the rise of the indie horror games of the PCs in the late 2010s. I almost said hundreds. Still though, this is the sort of project it is, and this is the sort of project that we're at the very beginning. We want to release this project in essentially the end of the year at December. 2D games don't take a lot. RPG Maker isn't a very complicated engine. What we want to do is use RPG Maker to the fullest, using Ruby scripting, original assets, art, music, everything, and make unique monster behaviors using scripting and working with others closely on AI behaviors, and utilize quite a few tricks up our sleeves, including line systems and all that are wholly original. The thing is, all of this will take time, money, and the scope and scale of this changes completely on how much money we have for the project. I hope that some of you will be willing to contribute to this, and as I said, I'm willing to work with all of you to make the best survival horror 2D game I can. We will broadcast and live stream all of this on the YouTube page you're currently watching this video on, as well as working together with fans in the forums and all that, and I will be putting a shit ton of effort on my side, I'll say that. Programming is my expertise, and that's what I plan to do. I thank you all for listening to this video, and hopefully my honest, very improvisational improv will make you realize what this project's about. If you want to learn more, read the Indiegogo page.